It's your boy Big John Cochran, man. What's going on, folks? As we talk about uh, this COVID-19 update, man. It's your C19er update, where we just simply, man, trying to finding hope in the impossible. But too many of you guys know, man, there's nothing impossible with God. Um, uh, I got favor, man. I got grace. I got His mercy. But I'm also operating wisdom. Please, all the medical um, updates, the information that you are receiving from these medical professionals, please adhere to them. Um, they are worthy to follow because this thing is no joke. And as long as you got people, let me be real about this thing. As long as you got people, man, that's supporting you, that's loving you, that's pushing you, that's speaking positive into your life, man, you get through this thing. You hear what I'm saying? You get through this thing. And just to add, if you are a man or woman of God, I mean, it's like icing on the cake. You know what I mean? So um, uh, I can't say enough of how your boy is dealing with it, man. Tested positive for this thing. And initially, heavy load, heavy burden. Uh, I can't say enough about how I was feeling. It was crazy. But let me give you just a little update, man, of how this thing even came about, man, because that's where a lot of questions are, coming from. Is like, yo, how did you feel? How did you know? When did you know? Kind of thing. So I think back on March the 10th, man, I had a backache, and really uh, had been moving some things to a storage unit the weekend before. So I did go to the doctor. He wanted to make sure, like, hey, got a backache, got some body aches. The aches is concentrated in the lower part of my back. Told him I did move. So he did give me some medicine and kind of sent me on my way and contributed to that. So, okay, there I go. I go on my way, right? March 14th, started doing a little coughing. Uh, okay, it was real sporadic. I would cough for about 30 seconds and, wouldn't cough for another couple of hours. So, easy to kind of dismiss and blame it on the allergies. But yet and still, I go to the doctor. I go to the doctor. Uh, They pretty much say the same thing. Look like you're catching a small cold, nothing to worry about. Go take some over the counter medicine. Send me on my way. Uh, but by the 20th, um, I had worked that whole week and I had worked something like 70 hours easy in 4 days by, going to work. And I was also going to school. So my body was weary. I was hurting. I was trying to maintain my stress because I was stressed out. You know what I'm saying? You have no idea. My head was banging. And I was just, again, contributing it to the job because I was tired, and I was just trying to hold on, for me and for the family, just trying to hold on. So even though my body was weary and tired, I thought that was it. But you know what? I go back to the doctor and kind of write it off again, But I go through that weekend and day by day it's getting a little worse. That Monday on the 23rd, I was supposed to go to work. I didn't go to work. I called my boss. I said, look, I need to work from home. I'm feeling some kind of way. So I work from home. By that evening, my wife looks at me and she says, if you feeling like you looking, you got to get up out of here and go see somebody. you got to go see the doctor. And it was 9 o'clock at night, and she found an urgent care that was open that late. So off I go to the urgent care. I'm the only one in the parking lot, so I run inside and sign in, and quickly they do the vitals, only to find that um, I had a 103.5 fever, giving them the symptoms, the cough and the body aches, the shortness of breath. I had lost taste and smell, uh, you know, and it was absolutely insane. I was feeling insane. Do you hear what I'm saying? So, when you get these symptoms, and it can appear 2 to 14 days after the exposure. It could be 2 weeks before you even see this thing. So, again, seek the medical advice, and if you develop those symptoms, man, go see somebody. Don't play with it. I know they may send you back because you got one of three symptoms, man, but please be aware. Please be aware. So, um, after um, they take chest X-rays and they diagnose me with pneumonia, and I can look at the doctors and see that they're looking at me and they're saying like, and they ain't saying nothing. That's what they ain't saying. They ain't saying nothing, but giving me now the new order of business is to make sure you quarantine mandatory for the next 14 days. And the way they looking at me like they feeling sorry for me. And I didn't need to see that. I didn't need to hear that. I didn't, they swabbed me for the virus. You don't get the results for 7 days, but it already felt like it was done. Man, I couldn't think. I couldn't see. Got back to the car, and I just sat there, baffled, confused, don't know my next step or move. I went through it. I went through it for a sec. You know what I mean? So I go back to that, man, when you got those, man, that are pushing you, that are loving you, that are supporting you, that are speaking positive into your life, it makes it easier. Um, if you're a man or woman of God, it makes it easier. Because you'll snap back, you'll come back one day. Not gonna say it's gonna be immediate, not gonna be say it's gonna be the next 5 minutes, but you'll come back, you'll remember, and you'll start to see the help. But what's killing me, I'm not gonna lie to you, what's killing me is the people, the impossible people who taking this thing for granted. Who taking this thing as if nothing is going on, and they're not adhering to any of the commands, the laws, the wishes, the advice, none of that. I was just I saw my man Nate had posted that it looks like Harlem Week, up in New York, man, because there's so many people in the streets. I talked to my sister. It was like 80 something degrees last week. She was tripping. She's like, "Yo, John, the streets are flooded with people. Just bananas up here. Ain't nobody listening." And if you don't listen to nothing else, man, let the numbers speak for itself, man. Look, the world globally, man, we about to hit 1 million cases in the world. Spain is losing people left and right and left. It's insane right now. And I'm gonna tell you why. I figured it out. I know why a lot of us are still taking this thing for granted. Um, it's because of the death rate. Man, when we start quoting these percentages, man, the death rate is only 0.02%. Um, but let me school you on these numbers. All right, it's 0.02%, but that's still 4,000 deaths. Just in the U.S. Let's not trip. In the US, man, we got 199,000 cases, man. And just in the US, man, we got over 4,000 deaths, right? 0.02%. But just a couple of days ago, that 0.02% was 0.017. A couple of days before that, it was 0.013. The numbers are growing. The numbers are going up. You know what I'm saying? We're doing nothing to level out this bell curve. We're doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So even if I look at the numbers, man, of some of the states, man, that I'm most concerned with, and when I look at it, man, I look at Alabama, and that's 1,000 cases. With 20 new cases each day, they've seen 26 deaths, and then just in the last day, they've seen 3 new deaths. North Carolina with 1,500 cases, man, and they've seen 2 new deaths in just the last day. Georgia, where I live at, man, 4,600 cases. We've seen 139 deaths right here in Georgia and 14 just in the last day. New York, man, the epicenter of this thing, man, 83,000 cases. Where a lot of these folks ain't paying it no attention. They got 1,900 deaths. They got 1,900 in the last day, man. Over 200 deaths in the last day. And if you look at the active cases, right, there's 75,000. It's only 75,000 now because of the deaths that has happened. Watching the next day, there's going to be another 3,000 new cases and it's going to that 75,000 is now going to surpass the 83,000 that it was. Are you kidding me? So man, we got to pay this thing what we call, or I call, some attention. You cannot ignore this thing just because it's not happening in your community, in your neighborhood, your family, your household today. Doesn't mean you take it for granted. Doesn't mean you look the other way. Doesn't mean you turn your head and not adhere to the rules that they are setting forth. Stay your butt home. Binge watch TV. I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard. Don't be tripping about, oh, this is tight in the crib and I'm feeling Looney Tune and I'm tripping. Consider the alternative. Consider when it is your household. Consider it when it's you that is sick. And you become one of those statistics. It's no joke, man. Man, let's stay up, guys. Let's stay alert, man. Let's just be positive for one another, man, and speak life into each other. Well, this is your boy Big John Cochran, man, with the latest COVID update as it relates to me. Y'all stay up.